Good morning. Just going to invite you all to my live, and as many of you that are friends of mine on Facebook, I was able to invite you. And I'm aware that this is the last day of the guide to tapping. And like I said, I was inspired to do this. Say hi if you're on. I see someone. I was inspired to do this because of the return to school as a parent. Filled me with lots of emotions and feelings, stresses, lots of thoughts, and knowing the benefits that I get from tapping to ground myself, to consciously choose where I want to be. And I hope that you have found this interesting. I hope that you found it helpful. I'm very much aware that it has been such a busy week for parents with kids back to school, and that you may not even have been on the journey yet. And I just want to let you know that these videos will be available in the group over the weekend, and I will be available as well to give you some support, to answer any questions. And today I want to do something a little bit different. First of all, I'm on live, and because I have a few extra little things to say other than thank you. And I guess I want to bring awareness to this group. And like I said, the participation is at different levels and at different times, and people will be tapping in, so to speak, to the tapping guide, as it is helpful to them and as it suits them and as their time allows. And I just want to acknowledge though that even though we're looking at these videos at different times, I wanted to acknowledge the borrowed benefits. So the fact that we are all in a community, we are also in communion with a special focus, and that is to gather as a group with a singular intention, and that is to make life more wonderful at this time when we are returning kids back to the school system, or maybe you haven't returned a child. There's so many different journeys going on, and I just wanted to tap into, as such, before we start tapping, to the benefits we gain as a community. And as anybody has moved forward in any way and shifted some energy, that we also collectively in a group move on. And I know that might be a little bit woo-woo to some people, but I just wanted to acknowledge that and absolutely believe that is so. Hi Mary. And I also want to focus today. I haven't really mentioned too much about the details of the story about returning back to school, because it's so different from everybody's perspective. We're all dealing with children of different ages. We're all dealing with ourselves through different relationships, and different relationships with our experience of school, and how our children managed or thrived or not during the COVID lockdown time, and then returning to school, all the different energies and points of view and everything that the children have, that us parents have, that the family unit has, that the community has, and all of that all mishmashed together, to know that that all contributes to how we are dealing with it. And today, when we're on our tapping journey, I just wanted to focus on that particular journey, on this particular focus, that we were inspired, that I was inspired to create the group. And the reason why, sorry, I'm going to adjust myself, the reason why you were inspired to accept the invite to this group. And possibly it was that, you wanted to alleviate some of the stress, or get some reassurance that your decision was the right thing, whether you were contemplating. I know some people have absolutely had to look into homeschooling and see, with the new guidelines and restrictions that are happening in schools, that it just doesn't suit. And then others are hyper about the rules and regulations that the schools are taking on, maybe not rigid enough for them, with their concerns of people that are close to them that are at risk of health. And so there's such a spectrum of emotions, of stories, and yet we're all here together in this group. And so I just wanted to set that. Borrowed benefits, as someone in the group moves on, as I'm moving through the benefit, through the guide and the videos, and shift, that the whole community gets to rise and shift. And that is a contributing factor to our outside and greater world. And hopefully after the few days that we're all a little bit more settled into what this is actually gonna look like. This back to school, this new back to school time that's looking quite different than it has in the past. I have a daughter that just started her secondary school journey, so that in itself is a big a life what do they call it? Like, it's a big deal as a family when somebody starts new secondary school. I also have an older boy who is with neurodivergence and looking at how he's going to continue his education, and I've another in primary, and all of that in between. So many different feelings about different aspects of all of that. So to start, I just want to get you to tune in and take a breath. That was a lot of talking. And feel how you are after the few days of the start of term. As a parent, with your situation, with your children, the concerns you had personally, the feelings you had personally, just tune into those. And some of them will be in common with me or others. Some of them are very individual. Hands on the tummy pushing out as we breathe in. And as we release any tension that we feel has built up, as if starting anew. And today we're going to start with the karate chop point, and just tap gently on that point with your fingers. Even if you haven't done any of the other videos and you're just starting here, you might go and visit them over the weekend. Just tap. And tune in to all of the points of view of everyone in your world, how they have affected you, how they have affected your path of thought, your emotions, your stress and concern. All of the personal stories you've heard from other parents, their struggles, all of the rigidity that you've sensed from places, institutions that are imposing guidelines, all of the points of view you have around that, all of the points of view others have, and maybe how that's manifested in your relationships, talking to your children, how they've experienced these last few days being in school, the communication in the family, your changes in perspectives and point of view based on your actual experience of going back to school. new concerns that have come up due to starting back. How you felt in your body. Any tiredness from that shifting gear of being back to school. Say hi if you come on. We're just tapping on what we call the karate chop point and moving through some of the things that we've been going through with the kids back to school. Any judgments you've had about yourself as a parent? Any judgments you've had about other parents making different decisions than you? Hi, Marie. All of your points of view about what's on the news, what's on social media, what people are sharing. Just let it all flow through gently as we tap. And focusing on what else is possible. Focusing on some of the things that were relief, any things that weren't quite as bad and didn't match up the anxiety and worry we had. Any clashes in family members on different points of view about how to follow guidelines and how to move forward with this. And support and group in this group. Support to every parent, every other parent that we acknowledge that maybe we don't understand, to offer them non-judgmental support as being a part of this single focus and joining us here. And when we remember to breathe in and out and to picture the energy flow more freely. The third eye to sense what has already slightly shifted, having started this week. And allowing all of those feelings, all of those thoughts. By tapping, we are slowing down the amygdala, the monkey mind, and bringing us back to our truth, back to what we do have control over. How we are creating our reality, accepting ourselves fully, completely, truthfully, as we are in the moment. Letting go of any need to prophesize what's going to happen tomorrow or Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or a few months' time. Letting go of any predictions. Letting go of any predictions that we've heard from others. Just letting them all flow through and out. Assisting our bodies to find the truth, to find our truth, to find balance, to find resourcefulness, to allow in breath, to allow in air, and all the judgments and thoughts we've had about restricting air or not letting air in that might be infected. Right now in this moment, allowing no restrictions of the air into our bodies. As we run back through the points, I feel a real flow of energy. We're really getting into the tapping today and massaging the inside. If you hold your hand up like this, if you haven't done it yet, inside of your thumb and inside of where the nail meets the finger. As these pressure points are allowing the energy to flow through and not get trapped. Not get trapped with those thoughts, just allowing them to not judgmentally go through and accept and allow and forgive ourselves as parents. Again, parents, whenever we didn't feel good enough, when we didn't feel safe enough to make decisions, when we judged ourselves for not finding the solutions for our children, for getting into battles and struggles with our children, battles and struggles with our spouses and other relationships. Complete forgiveness. Forgiveness for the past, forgiveness for now, and forgiveness for all that will happen in the future. A complete acceptance of us, of myself. I completely allow and accept myself. And I offer complete allowance and acceptance of you. Complete allowance and acceptance of everyone in this group. Complete acceptance, allowance of parents to be as they are, with their points of view, with their thoughts and energies. And placing a focus on free flow energy and ease, and for things to work themselves out and create harmony, if that's what we are looking for as a parent. And to know that our children, consciously chose us, needed us the way we are now to complete their soul journey. If that's something that resonates with you, I concur, I agree, and I join you on that. Even though I haven't started these videos yet, and I want to be able to support my help myself, even though I haven't started getting organized, even though I haven't had the energy to be the parent that I wanted to be, even though I haven't been able to support my friends and other parents in their perspective and point of view, even though I've been so wrapped up in my own thoughts and point of view and all of this, even though I haven't felt strong enough to deal with the situations that my children are facing, even though I'm on this journey, I completely accept, honor, and forgive myself. Hand on heart to the left of the ribcage. Give yourself a shiver if you feel. That's what I feel. Let the last of that energy shift through and breathe in to your heart. Allow that marriage of heart and mind to operate together in synergy and not separate. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today on the last day, day 5. I'm going to pop some links up for the days previous in this live video just above in the description. And lastly, I want to invite you, anybody that has just started, whether it's as the days are running through, whether it's today, whether it's into the weekend, into early next week, I'm going to keep this open for you to watch the videos. And I want to invite you, if you've been new to this kind of energy way of working, that you found it, that it resonates with you, that you'd like to support yourself more in this way, I invite you to join me in my permanent group. This group is just something that was temporary for the 5 days to introduce this. My permanent group is one that I've opened for people that have done some work with me, so I can communicate and continue to support them and us. So I'm going to pop a link to that as well. Although what I'd actually like you to do is to just comment that you've completed the work here. Hey Mary, hope your kitties are well. I'm going to invite you to pop down in the comments if you have completed, if you have watched the 5 videos, this being the last one. Just go back when it's available on replay. If you've watched the 5 videos and you've benefited, just comment here and I'm going to send you a link to my permanent group where you can continue to communicate with me, and we very much focus on consciousness and energy work with creativity. So if that's something that resonates, there will be tapping, and these videos that I've put up over the last 5 days I have also uploaded on YouTube, and they will be available in the units of that group that I'm talking about. So that's just a little invite to anybody that's inspired to work further with this. Thank you so much, and yes, energy to all the parents here and support moving forward. Let it go with ease and harmony with our children, and let us continue to love and accept ourselves in this journey. Thank you. Bye for now.